all. So I have come to you with a sequence. The sequence is dedicated to heart opening and especially related to the emotion of grief and healing that and moving through that. And so we'll be doing a lot of heart opening and shoulder opening in this sequence. The sequence is broken down into 3 different kriyas or 3 different set sequences that we will repeat. And I hope you will join me, and we're going to begin in child's pose today. So finding a close, non-traditional child's pose here. Big toes together, knees out wide. Begin to take the ribcage forward and extend the arms. And we're going to spend about 3 to 4 breaths here. Taking deep breaths, filling up 360 degrees. Coming into the 4 corners of your mat, into your space, into time that's dedicated to you and healing. And then we're going to begin to roll up, finding our tabletop position. Bringing the knees under the hips. Weight in our pinky, index, and thumb. And begin to move through our cat-cow. So cow extension, we inhale. Exhale, we press the ground away, curl in. Inhale, cat. Exhale. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhaling. Finding our cow pose. Exhale, finding cat. And then we'll come to neutral spine. We're going to make our way back to a knee plank. We're going to walk our knees back, slide the shoulders over the wrists, keeping this midsection engaged, lower down, and then we're going to reach our elbows to the ground and our fingertips forward, Sphinx pose. So we're active through our lower body, squeezing the glutes, pressing the pinky toes into the ground. You'll feel the knees lift because they're active. And then we're going to take the elbows back to the hips, roll the shoulders back, big heart up, breath here. And then we're going to push ourselves back to our child's pose. So I'm going to press into my hands, begin to lift my hips up, walk the hands back, finding my way to my arms overhead and extended wide-legged child's pose. Breath here. And then moving to the same thing, that's our first sequence. Roll forward, tabletop position. A few rounds of our cat pose, which we exhale. Inhale, cow. Back and forth. And then finding our knee plank, you can walk the hands forward or the knees back. Take your shoulders over your wrists, core engaged, lowering down with a strong spine. Sliding the elbows and the hands forward, Sphinx pose. Roll the shoulders back, breath here. Active through the lower body. Soft gaze. And then we're going to take our knees to the ground, press through our elbows and our hands. Begin to walk ourselves back, finding our wide-legged child's pose. A few breaths here. We're going to go through that one more time, this first sequence. Opening up through the heart lines, the grief lines, and chest where we hold a bunch of intense emotions. Allowing this to be a gentle opening. of those emotions, those spaces. Staying grounded in the practice to keep the energies grounded as you roll for a tabletop position. Take a few rounds of your cat-cow. And then finding your knee plank, lowering down, Sphinx pose. Take your elbows forward, your hands forward. Take the shoulders back, squeeze the glutes, big breath. And then stay for the exhale. Think about taking your sternum forward, forward, forward. Stay active through the lower body. That will help the low back. It'll support it. And then press into your elbows and your hands into your knees. Lift up. Find your wide-legged child's pose. And then moving on to our second sequence here, we're going to roll forward from our wide-legged child's pose, bring ourselves to rock pose. Knees together, big toes together. Take a few moments of stillness here. Close the eyes. Hands can be face down or face up. Moving into our second sequence here, we're going to come to standing kneeling. So you're going to lift yourself up. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, cactus arms and lion's breath. Stick the tongue out. And exhale. Return back to rock pose. Take the right fingertips down. Inhale the left up. And then exhale over to the other side. Lateral side bending. Inhaling back center, coming back to our standing kneeling, exhale, cactus arms and lion's breath, and then bring the hands down in front of you, finding your tabletop position, and then step back to a plank for downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. You can pedal out the feet. Come up high onto your toes, sit back into your heels, shake out the head. And then roll forward to your plank pose. We're going to come to pec opener here. Lowering down to the belly. You're welcome to return back to your knee plank to lower here. Come into belly. Let the arms come wide to a T. And then we're going to take our left hand underneath our left shoulder, keeping our right wrist in line with our right shoulder. Take the left leg over, opening up through the front of the body here. You can lay the head down and then take your breath, your 360 breaths into your rib cage, your front, your side. And then begin to come center. Take the left leg back. Bring the right arm underneath. Extend your left arm. Take the right hand underneath the right shoulder. Begin to take the right leg back behind you, rolling open, big breaths here in the front. Feel the earth under you, the ground, the mat. In the opening, you feel any emotions. Staying rooted, having an anchor, a tether, as you move through them, if you move through them. Good, making your way back center. Bring the hands underneath your shoulders. You're going to press yourself up, tabletop position. Bring the hips over the knees, untuck your toes, puppy pose. Begin to walk the hands out. Taking the heart down. You can take it all the way to the ground. You can bring the chin up or forehead to earth. Whatever position, whichever position gives you the sensation of the opening through the chest, through the heart, and the shoulder. And then press into your hands. Begin to walk them back underneath your shoulders. Come back to your child's pose, your wide-legged. Option here to extend the arms out or take them back behind you. 2 breaths. We're going to move through that sequence one more time. Good. From this position, rocking forward, coming to our rock pose. Taking a breath here. Sitting the hips up, finding our standing kneeling position. Inhale the arms up, cactus arms with line breath on the exhale. Returning back to the rock pose here. Right fingertips down, left fingertips reach up, side bend, big breath through your left rib cage. Inhale to center, exhale over to the other side. Inhale, center. Stand all the way up, standing, kneeling, exhale. Lion's breath, cactus arms. Take the hands down. Step back to your plank and then your downward facing dog. Few breaths. Shake out the head here. And then begin to roll forward, find your plank pose. You're walking to come to knee plank or even one knee down. Lower to the belly, coming to our pec stretch. Extend the arms out. Take the left hand underneath your left shoulder. Left foot comes over. Breath here. Inhale, come on, center. Make your way over to the opposite side. Making sure the palm is face down here, both palms. And big breaths. Inhale, come on, center. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Press up to knee plank, to tabletop, and then puppy pose. Begin to walk yourself out. You can stay right here. Keep the hips over the knees or around that area. Chest comes down, big opening through the heart space. Maybe the forehead comes to the earth. Good, and then begin to sit back for your child's pose. Knees come out wide. Option to keep those arms extended or bring them behind you. Two more breaths here. Good. Finding your tabletop position. We're going to come onto our glutes, so you can either cross your ankles and roll back, or you can take your feet out to one side. We're going to extend the legs out in front of us. Shake them out if you need. Point the toes. Take a big inhale. The arms will come up. Think about lifting the rib cage away from your pelvis. Exhale, fold in. We'll take some time here in our forward fold. Inhale, begin to bring yourself up, coming into reverse tabletop. Take the fingertips behind you. You can also take them out to the side. Bend your knees, take your knees over your ankles. And then think about sternum up, knitting the entire center, your core together. Find the activation, the brace there. Press through the feet. Adjust the hands if you need. Begin to lift the pelvis up. Think about less about pressing into the feet and more about lifting with the glutes through the pelvis. You'll feel this big sensation through the front of the shoulders, breath here. Exhale, return the pelvis down. We're going to take the left leg in front, finding an easy pose, Sukhasana here. Big inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, we're going to take it forward, fold in, and you may have a blocker or bolster to come to. You may stay here with the knees on your lap, or you can fold in. Inhale, begin to bring the shoulders up, extend the legs out, shake them out. Now we're going to do the same thing, but the right leg in front. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold in. Same options to support yourself with a blocker or bolster in front of you. Think about the hips rooting down, and this lower body is lifting up and away from the top of the pelvis. And then inhale, begin to bring your shoulders back up, extend your legs once more, shake them out. We're going to come to forward fold once more, but in motion. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, take the heart forward, and then you're going to drag your fingertips back along your legs, all the way back up to the sky. Exhale, fold in. We'll do this a few more times. And now this last time, let's anchor in for a few breaths. You can reach for behind the knees, the tops of the shins, your toes if you want. And then inhale, begin to bring yourself up, back to reverse tabletop, either fingertips facing you or out to the side. Bend your knees. Take your knees over your ankles. Less about pressing in and more about taking the pelvis up. Breath here. Check in with your knees, seeing if they're wide or together. Want them coming directly from the hips. Exhale, bring yourself down. Soles of the feet come together. And we're going to lower back onto our backs. If that's uncomfortable, bring your knees up to the ceiling first, to lower back, and then take yourself to butterfly. Option here to take the arms out to cactus. If not, you can simply keep them on your belly here. Big breaths into the low, low pelvis. Two more breaths. And then we're going to bring the knees back to the ceiling and extend the legs to the bottom corners of the mat. Palms come face up. Shavasana. We'll give ourselves time here. And tuck the shoulder blades under you. The work is done. Grounding any energy that is awake in your body right now. No agenda except to simply exist. My friends, you are welcome to stay here as long as you'd like in your Shavasana. If you have time to stay, stay. If not, you can roll to one side, bring yourself up to a seat. Find the hands in a comfortable closing space. It could be on your knees, your heart center in prayer, simply in your lap. The work of the heart lines and the grape lines in the shoulders. It's not an easy space to get into, so thank you for doing the work. I hope that you enjoyed and you return back to this video as many times as you need. We'll take a big breath in together. Exhale it out. A small bow forward to you. The teacher and the student in me sees and acknowledges the teacher and the student in you. Om.